first down for this offense. Give to the single back. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Dropping back, it's McLeod. Fires to the wideout. Pass on the way, it's picked off! And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. They'll run this play from the pistol. They want to run it left here. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They used the jump play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's going to pass. The freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on.
Open runway ahead. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. He's looking to pass. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. Getting set for the point after. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they closed it going up top for the final few inches in the score. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Touch pass on the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score Florida 14, Texas State 0.
Oh, he's going to take a chance. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida 14, Texas State.
First down to start the drive after the break. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And down he goes back at the 3. The Bobcats moving quickly to the line.
Defensively, you got them backed up. There's two options that they're going to do. They're going to run the football and be conservative, or they're going to try to take shots down the field. They tried to take a shot. Defense was ready. Nice pass rush. Way to get to the QB and get after that sucker.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Gators! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Oh, he's going to go for the return. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Texas State. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
He gets the 2-point conversion, and we have ourselves a 13-point game. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
To the air, it's Lagway. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Flushed out of the pocket. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Bobcats headed quickly to the line. He's looking to throw. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Got some room to run. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
He makes a catch. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Quarterback will audible. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Got a man. It's Johnson. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Gators are in the red zone. Leaves it with the running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Coming after it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Florida! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Going for the return. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. And the Gators will kick it away to crank up the second half. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had.
And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Texas State.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup. And then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. They're really spinning that wheel of fortune here. 2-possession game going for the onside kick here in the 3rd. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Now down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. The RPO, it's complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Flagway. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
GG's, bro.
Timeout called by the defense is their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and
GG's.
one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And he's going to run it back. There to make the tackle. And
Thought you would quit the game.
The 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Florida 35, Texas State 14.
They'll start the drive here.
Fair enough.
Down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. Complete in the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to...
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that.
Hey, that dude has 4
Set
picks.
him up at the 41-yard line. The Gators sending
Probably because you were rolling to the left.
This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done wanted to do, build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He's taking the shot. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Gators want to move quickly.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the fourth quarter, you got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
It's fourth down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback checking the play. On fourth down, looking for the completion. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000.
And he's thrown another interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Johnson. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Using his legs to buy some time. Fires to the right. And he just overshot it.
Hey, at least he dropped it.
And that's a good stop for this defense.
That should have been a fucking sack.
Like, let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but, like, let's live in this moment. And
Yeah, he's throwing ducks to my defense, dog.
Red pass, it's complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense.
In all fairness, I do play with Florida every game, so don't feel too bad.
To complete that throw.
He wants to throw it again, and that is incomplete.
Who do you usually play with?
How about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score.
Oh, yeah, I usually play with Gators all the time, man. I won one natty with the Gators and one with Bama.
And they've had a great day so far.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Dialing up a second down pass play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass.
Mine did too, bruh.
Third down. Got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you
Look at the replay, bro. We both stopped.
and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football. But there is definitely a school of thought in nowadays where I'm putting up stats and I'm keeping the pedal to the floor.
The Gators will hustle to the line.
Now, a fourth down.
On fourth down, going to the air. Touchdown, Florida!
Hey, I didn't think you were going to catch that shit.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here on that one.
But it was fourth down, so I just threw it up.
Whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, you're labbing a play up.
And he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day.
Fires and picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 10. And he's
Yeah, bro, that quarterback is trash, bro. He's throwing it straight. Hey, I don't even have to use her these.
think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays.
Yeah, he's throwing it straight. He's throwing it straight to the defense.
Gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead.
His rating is probably low.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six.
14.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out.
Hey, and by the way, that kick return you had was sick. I was like, get the fuck.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Oh, that's a running back.
Football back and they'll go on offense. This one has pretty much been a
Shit, I was surprised when you came out of that hold. I was like, man, come
They
on.
went into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face.
I thought it was gonna be another pick.
Not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over.
Yeah, he can't throw, bro. That was an overthrow.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together.
I would have pulled his ass.
They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll move
Hey, I think maybe right why he's throwing so bad, he did get hurt though. Because I'm looking at my screen right now. It's saying like minus 19 throw on the run, minus 13 speed, minus 13 throw power.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gonna try to get it himself. Still running at the 40. And that
GG's, bro.
will wrap this one up. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take